I don't know about you, but the other day while I was driving, I went ahead and tried it. I used to have so many thoughts and I would struggle focusing because many of those thoughts would be relevant to a project that I'm doing or another set of projects. And one thought overlaps another. Next thing you know, you're preparing for the meeting and you're trying to overthink how to prepare for it. You're preparing multiple steps ahead. And yeah, but at the end of the day, it stresses you out because you are trying to control something that is uncontrollable. I had a chance to listen to Shaolin Monk the other day while I was driving from Connecticut to Pennsylvania for a few hours. Here's what Shaolin Monk described, which really helped out, which really helped me like with the presentation. First of all, in my particular case, it was a big presentation, lots of people, and I didn't want to say something extra that is not appropriate, or I didn't want to, I wanted to be super relevant. I wanted to include what we're trying to offer, how we're doing this. But before that meeting took place, I would spend a lot of time simulating, preparing, analyzing personas from different people, trying to figure out the most optimal solution for whatever it is that my consulting company where I work with can deliver upon. And what I realized trying to prepare for something is ahead of time without actually kind of being there. It could be
Roadwork reported ahead on I-78 east at half a mile. You're still on the fastest route.
What I realized is that trying to prepare for everything ahead of time, guys, can stress you out incredibly. So, but sure, you could prepare. Like typically, here's the situation. When I prepare, I often try to think of mutual dots of reason. I often try to think, how can I answer one question over another? I often try to think of so many different things that it stresses me out, and I wasn't realizing that until I watched that Shaolin Monk YouTube video that described the whole concept of yin-yang and the concept of meditation. I went ahead and I tried this. That may sound cheesy. I mean, I went ahead and I tried meditating because today was really insane. I was in front of, I arrived into a big building where I'm supposed to secure, provide a solution to secure multiple police precincts. It's a overwhelming feeling of like, oh my God, like I need to show everything that I built, and like everything that I was preparing for, sure came to fruition, but the truth is I would be preparing so many steps ahead that only maybe 1% of everything that I prepared for came to fruition. Now, I realize that this is a deep conversation for many of you who are trying to prepare for something, trying to envision something, and kind of having so many thoughts just flying into your mind, and you're trying to control the situation ahead of time. But the truth is, the way that Shaolin Monk described, the truth is you can't control the situation when you're not there. The way he described is when you only the movements of the body of some hits against him while he's fighting with somebody right next to somebody. So he cannot prevent any of those punches if you're far away. The point he was trying to make is the same thing is with your thoughts. When you try to prepare for something, those thoughts, they come in like cloud. They come and go. They overshadow you and you lose focus. worrying about something that is outside of your control until you happen to be in the situation, in that, and have that situational awareness. I didn't discover that until it hit me, and then I tried with Shaolin monk. The way he gave some examples for how to improve focus and remove the thoughts that shouldn't be in there. He gave an examples of a cloud and how cloud can come and go, and the same way, this is the same way how thoughts take place in my mind. They kind of like cloud of things that come and go, and controlling the limits. The way he described is what can really help controlling the limits is meditating. He gave a couple of examples of like taking like he, before even meditating, he mentioned, why do you like do certain things that you're not supposed to be doing in a wrong priority? Why are you focusing on something that you know you got to do first, but yet you do something else? Why, like, why are you battling with yourself on this one? So what he described is the best way to like be able to focus on something that is a high priority while removing the other parts out of the equation is to, he gave a couple of exercises, breathing exercise and like motion, the way how in China people like do sit down and meditate and then just produce the same kind of motion where you control the hand and you inhale in, you inhale out. He gave that example, and I went ahead and I tried it in my car. I try to see like, okay, well, what will I get out of it? What will I, is it really true? Can I really like focus like this using this meditation style? And boy, oh boy, how much difference it made the next day when I actually presented. When I, we're as a team communicating together, presenting, and if it wasn't for the Shaolin monk kind of giving his example of comparing for how to do this meditation, I don't think I'd be grounded. I'd be all over the place. But he gave an example of just trying to control the movements of inhaling, inhale out, and do this simultaneously with your hands up and down. He gave an example of that. At first I thought, man, like, what kind of, it doesn't seem like a really physical thing to do. It doesn't really seem like it's a physically beneficial thing to do. Like, it's not really something heavy. But the way he described this, it's not about laying the physical load on your body, but rather laying the mental kind of restriction to your activities. And if you told yourself that you're gonna inhale in
about 10 miles, take exit 51 to merge onto Lehigh Valley Thruway
inhale out,
Lehigh Valley International Airport,
and you try that, then you can, after you try it, after you get good at it, you have to tell yourself, like, do it for 5 minutes. Inhale in, inhale out, inhale in, inhale out. Then you finally develop that strictness that will take you to the next level, that will allow you to carry that over into other things that you should be focusing on, things that you should be prioritizing on. I immediately tried this. I immediately tried the same thing for this project, upcoming project. And when I walked in a room, I was in control of my, I didn't have the word salad. I would maintain eye contact. I would, pull jokes. I would do things that would be really hard for me to do before. But because I was in control, because I went through that what to bring up a demo